What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing in today's video, because in today's video we have a good old-fashioned Slipknot mask unboxing. Yes, we do those from time to time around here. So, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump on into the package, which comes to us from return sender and big-time supporter of the channel, Mr. Kevin Srednep, over at Masks by Kevin Srednep on Instagram. I am sure that if you frequent this channel, you have probably heard his name in the last year or so, because he has definitely been sending in some killer pieces pretty regularly. So, we will go ahead and pop the box open. We've got a note right here on top. I will read this and then we will take a look at the main piece. And the note says, "Hi AJ, hope all is well. Here is a Sid Volume 3 mask I did. It's a weathered version, actually the one right before he took the bottom jaw off. I have a thing for the weathered ones. Hope you like it. Love and respect from Kevin. Instagram at Masks by Kevin Srednep and YouTube Kevin Srednep." And then it looks like on the back there he did a little dot work Myers piece. Very, very cool. So, he gave it away right there in the note. What we have in this package is going to be a Volume 3 Sid and a pretty weathered Volume 3 Sid, which I am all for. I absolutely love weathered masks myself. When it comes to Michael Myers masks, the dirtier the better. When it comes to Slipknot masks, the more beat up and stitched and repaired the better. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the Volume 3 Sid mask was a mask that just never really did it for me as a kid. Like growing up, I never really truly appreciated that mask or cared for it too much. In fact, I think the coolest thing about this mask for me for most of my life was when Sid would come out and rip his face off and reveal this mask at the end of Sick during their live shows around 2004 and 2005. And I don't know if it's because me and Sid are closer now, or if I understand Sid's evolution a little more and I know what he's going for with his masks. I don't know if it's because more legit mask makers have created more and more accurate replicas over the last few years of this piece, but something has changed with my opinion about this mask, and I don't know why. It could be any of those reasons, or reasons that I don't even know, but I do truly really enjoy the Volume 3 Sid at this point, so anytime that I get a chance to add that to my collection, I am stoked. And that is exactly what we are about to do. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take some of the packing material out of here, and we will reveal this piece. Now, I have seen photos of it. I do know that it is awesome, but we will be taking a look at it in the flesh for the first time together. So, we'll go ahead and get on into this bag. I will give you guys the first look at it like I always try to do. There you go. As he mentioned, this is an extremely weathered version. In fact, this is the last variant of the mask before the mask lost its bottom jaw. So, what do you guys think? Does it look good? Is it a great mask? I do know for sure that the sculpt of this is absolutely amazing, and it looks like the finish is going to be just as amazing on this piece. Absolutely gorgeous. I really, really love the old dirty look. I love the missing teeth. In fact, Sid's mask did just have one tooth left, and I think that that is a pretty cool detail that definitely made something out of the mask. It's just one random little texture added to the mask, and I really, really enjoy that. So, as I was talking about earlier, this is just a mask that never really did it for me. I feel like we reached a new era of masks with the Volume 3 era, being that those masks were definitely all sculpted and created for Slipknot, and even though we had a good amount of sculpted and custom-made pieces for them during Iowa, the Volume 3 era just felt a lot different. The masks were definitely a lot more clean and polished and a lot more professional looking. This was the furthest away from anything gas mask related that Sid had gotten, because at least during Iowa he still had a gas mask shaped skull mask, and this was just something out of left field for me. And like I said, I don't know if it's because me and him are bros now and I just have to like this stuff by default, or if I do truly understand the evolution of Sid's masks, but I feel like Sid has always been ahead of his time with his mask. Like, he incorporated a moving jaw with this mask, he incorporated the face rip with this mask. This mask did go through quite a lot of changes during the Volume 3 era. It started as a bright, shiny silver mask, believe it or not. And then we got a bone-colored version with more human teeth, and that thing eventually fell apart and discolored and deteriorated into this. This thing eventually lost its jaw, and then we got a full-on human skeleton mask for the Volume 3 era. But again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I love dirty, weathered masks. The more rotten, the more falling apart, the better for me. They just have a lot of character. So seeing this thing go through so many changes and finally having a replica of a very, very dirty version is very cool. I do have a few replicas of this mask, and I actually do have one of the one-tooth versions. I did not think that the version that I had up there had a tooth in it, but it does. That comes from a different maker, and the paint job at least is slightly different. So I'm gonna have to look at my SID charts and kind of compare these and see exactly what one is what. But regardless, we do have an absolutely beautiful, flawless replica from Kevin Srednep, and I really do truly appreciate it. This thing is fantastic. We'll go ahead and get rid of some of these papers here and just kind of give you one last overview of the mask before we get this thing put on display and give you some nice up-close shots of it. Now, as you can see on the back side there, we've got some nice thick elastic strapping. These are very, very comfortable and will definitely secure the mask to your head. And then on the inside there, we've got some even thicker elastic pieces which allow the mask to open and close its mouth. Obviously, it'll keep the mouth at a certain point, but if you go in there and stretch your mouth, you can actually stretch your mouth and open it. And again, I think Sid has always been ahead of the game when it comes to his mask. He was always thinking of something new and innovative and cool to do with his masks, and that goes all the way back to the self-titled days. He was like the first dude to really start experimenting with his face paints underneath his mask, which we definitely saw in later years with other members. Joey started messing around with his face paints. Even Jim started messing around with his face paints, but Sid was the first one doing different colored face paints other than just the black stuff under his mask. I will always say that Sid was definitely ahead of his game and easily one of the coolest members of Slipknot of all time, and still is. He still seems to be the one that puts in 120% effort when it comes to his get-ups, when it comes to his performance. I think Sid is just the shit. Call me biased, I don't care. Now, with all of that out of the way, we are going to go ahead and show this guy off up close and personal with some nice hero shots so that you guys can see all of the beautiful, beautiful details that Kevin packed into this mask. I'd like to give a huge, huge thank you to Kevin for once again sending something into the channel and letting me review a beautiful piece and allowing me to add it to my collection. Thank you very, very much. Now, if you guys would like to go pick something up by Kevin, he does not just make these, he makes a plethora of masks, and they are not all just Slipknot masks. He makes a lot of cool stuff, so I will be dropping his information down below. Make sure to go check him out, show him some love, and most importantly, let him know that the House of Masks sent you so that maybe he'll keep sending us some cool stuff in the future. And of course, we can't end the video without thanking the most important person, and that is you, the viewers. Thank you guys all very, very much for being here with me. Thank you for continuing to watch my videos, for continuing to support my channel, for continuing to buy merch, for continuing to sign up for Patreon. Anything and everything definitely helps out around here, and it all goes right back into the channel, and that allows us to not only keep the channel going, but to keep doing stuff for the community bigger and better and badder than ever, like PaleFest, October 13th through the 15th. Make sure to go to palefest.net and get your tickets before this thing sells out, because it is definitely looking like it's going to sell out, and probably pretty soon. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get on with these hero shots. Thank you guys again, and until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to weathered masks, and we will see you guys in the next one.